Svah Tatsavitulvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitulvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitulvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Shanti Shanti. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, Hashem Baruch Vahishtim Asti, Mushto Asti, Mushto Amai, Yeteshan Vahishtai Yashim, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Buddham Sharanam Gacchami Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami Sangham Sharanam Gacchami Bismillahirrahmanirrahim 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 La ilaha illallah, la ilaha, la ilaha illallah, Allah, Allah, la ilaha illallah, Allah, Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Our humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Master, Divine Master, Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba, who has been a guiding beacon in our life, and he has always there been within us, in us, around us, above us, below us, taking care of us at every point in time. And this, I'm really honored to be, me, myself and Vidya are very honored to be a part of this satsang. Om Shri Sai Ram to all of you.
Om Shri Sai
Our
Ram.
pranams to all elders and here, and loving Sai Rams to all brothers and sisters, and pranams to the Sai in each one of you. It's such a humbling experience to see the love flowing through all of you who have taken out this time to come on this Sunday. And we'll straight away start with a Ganesha Vandanam, because that's something which I would like to do, invoke Ganesha before we start this satsang. वक्रतुंड महाकाय Sai Ram, the topic that we have chosen for today's satsang is Ingu Chendralum Neerupai. Wherever you go, you find our beloved Swami. His omnipresence is felt everywhere, and we have witnessed in our lives many times. And in the recent past, whatever we have undergone through, where Swami was there with us throughout, we have tried to share this experience. It's a pretty private experience, but I just want to share with all of you because that gives a lot of satisfaction, happiness to me that Swami is ever there to protect us at all times. Just before moving on to the topic, I'll just go through some of the slides which will enable you to get a background of how we came into the Swami's fold. This is a quote from Shirdi Satcharita. If my leelas are written, the avidya will vanish, and if they are attentively and devotedly listened to, the consciousness of the worldly existence will abate, and strong waves of devotion and love will rise up. And if one dives deep into my leelas, he would get precious jewels of knowledge. That is precisely what we are trying to do here today. Because if Sai Bhagavatam is heard, if we sing Sai Leela Bhagavatam, it instills so much of confidence in all of us to face our journey of life, where ultimate goal is to merge into Swami and have no rebirth. I think in the last satsang that we had just shared this. My son Anirudh was instrumental in bringing us to Swami's fold when he emerged in the lotus feet of Bhagwan. At the tender age of 8, he was diagnosed with blood cancer. For 2 years, he fought very bravely, and despite the best of our efforts, he emerged into the lotus feet of Bhagwan. But before going, he implanted Swami into our hearts very, very firmly. We were so naive, we did not know Baba in the year 2006 when Anirudh got this cancer. But my dear Kamali Akka, Saundari's mother, they were devotees for a long time. We were not. We were followers of Kanchi Shankaracharya. And this letter, we got it in the hospital. She got it blessed from Baba. And we did not know the significance of this letter. Neither did we know the significance of the vibhuti that she had got it, Kamali Akka had got it, materialized by Swami himself. We just applied and put it in a corner. This was lying for almost 1.5 years without seeing the light of the day. That is the kind of ignorance that we were living in. Swami had implanted us much before even Anirudh got cancer. In the year 2002, there was a strange fakir who walked into my office. He materialized Udi, gave it into my hands, and materialized this Hanuman locket and gave it to us. We did not know the significance. But when we look back in our life, it's a jigsaw puzzle. All the dots are connected. Swami was deeply entrenched. He was always there with us, but we couldn't have that vision to see him. Before leaving this physical body, that's what Anirudh did. He conjured a lot of photographs of Shirdi Baba, Satya Sai Baba. He was a playful young boy, and he was playing Pokemon and all. But on that particular day, he had materialized only photographs of Shirdi Baba and Satya Sai Baba. And he asked Mother lovingly, which photograph do you like the most? And she started crying. And Anirudh said, what did she say?
Yeah, he only said, Mummy, there's nobody worth crying here, Mummy. Don't cry for anything, whatever happens in life. Don't cry for anything. Just just hold on to Swami, whichever he's there taking care of you. Mummy, just hold on to him. He's taking care, you hold on to him. And this is how he instilled Baba in our life. And later, of course, he said, okay, if you're crying, I'll play. Because the first time he is seeing me cry. So he said, okay, give me my computers, I shall pray. I shall play, he said. But then he said, Mummy, please remember this, he said.
And what he did was, he made this as a screensaver on his laptop and
he used to love Hanuman. And right from the beginning of treatment, he was asking us to chant Hanuman Chalisa. And whole day, even he used to sit and write and draw Hanuman Chalisa. So this is how our whole period of 2 years went. And towards the end also, he instilled, he said, Mummy,
Sanjeevani Hanuman. in Baba's
Baba's
hand.
hand. This is what he said. I'll keep it as a screensaver. Ask Bhaiya not to my elder son is here and Aditya. So he said, ask Bhaiya not to erase that. So this, you hold on to him. This is what he said towards the end.
Somehow we thought that.
And don't cry for anything.
Yeah,
Mama.
don't cry for anything. And Hanuman, I thought, was a common god in the entire link, from the beginning, Hanuman. So Swami perhaps was giving an indication. And at every point in time, there was some kind of a visiting card of Swami which had Hanuman. Yeah. After Anirudh, in fact, when he merged with Swami in 2006, I got cancer, which was mediastinal seminoma. But I decided not to take any treatment and went to Swami Sharan. But Swami gave enough signals. I accepted my letter. He also gave indication to her in many other ways. And then my treatment started. Ultimately, in each cycle of chemotherapy, I had some visiting cards that Swami showed his presence in some form or other. But the final one was the nail on the head. Swami said, goodbye to illness, welcome to wellness. When we came out of the hospital,
That
and
last chemo
yeah,
he got, and that time we didn't have any visiting card, the last chemo. But then before we left the hospital, this was the signal he gave us: goodbye to illness and welcome to wellness. And with that, we got a materialized vibhuti from Baba himself through a devotee who happened to come for treatment at Hinduja Hospital. And he came and gave a materialized vibhuti to us, which I held in this pamphlet only. I took that vibhuti for him. So everything was all sent that as though this Swami is saying that I'm there. So don't worry.
And that was his final stamp of assurance. And with that confidence, I've ever lived on. No fear for death. And of course, he's absolutely taking care. I've had no medicines after 2007. I'm fit and fiddle and very happy to be amongst all of you, sharing this wonderful, divine grace of Swami. Yeah, yeah. Go back. Yeah. Can you go back? Yeah, yeah. So even previous one. Yeah. So what we would do, in fact, what we always realize is one thing that gave us a lot of solace and always is chanting his name. And the name of Sai has such a tremendous power in it that Swami also says that in this Kali Yuga, Namasmaranam is the easiest way to salvation. And that's the only way that we can reach him very fast. And we would like to offer these two bhajans, this bhajan and the next bhajan, for all of you. Sai tero naam, tero naam. Sai tero naam, tero naam. Janam janam mein janam janam Sai tero naam, tero naam.
Guru Sai,
Sharan tumhari Satguru Sai. Sharan tumhari Satguru Sai. अपने हृदय से
हृदय बसाऊं
अपने हृदय
साई परती साई
शिरडी सा शिरडी सा
गुण गाऊं
प्रेम साई गुण गाओ
साई गुण गाऊं
प्रेम साई गुण गाओ जन्म जन्म लगाओ जन्म जन्म लगाओ साई तेरो नाम शरण तुम्हारे
हृदय बसाऊं
अपने हृदय बसाओ
शिरडी साई परती साई
शिरडी साई
साई गुण गाऊं
प्रेम साई गुण गाओ जन्म जन्म लगाओ जन्म जन्म लगाओ साई तेरो नाम तेरो नाम Next line. White one. Last Gokulashtami, Swami had blessed me with this bhajan, and it's pretty close to my heart. So I just want to share this with all of you. Tribhuvan Paripa Tribhuvan Paripa Jai
जय गोविंद जय नंदलाला
Jai Jai
जय जय गोविंद जय नंदलाला
Meera ke
స్తుతి
సాయి గోపాల
చరణులను స్తుతి
చరణనమో స్తుతి సాయి గోపాల
త్రిభువన పరిపా It's so amazing that Swami plans the sequence of even the bhajans in between, because in this bhajan especially, like Krishna, Giridhara Guruvara Sai Gopala, that mountain with his finger he could lift up. With Swami, all troubles which are of mighty nature, just with Swami around, can just tide over. That's one message. Charanam Namaste Sai Gopala. Our Sai Krishna is so loving that if you surrender at his lotus feet, he completely embraces you and takes care of everything. Yeah, we can move on. Yeah. Yeah, that's the backside of this where we collected the vibhuti. Yeah. Next, yeah. So this is something which a small this thing. In fact, Swami had also given darshan after he left his physical body in two forms, precisely a month after. And there, Swami had materialized this Hanuman once again and given. He'd come to our office, and later we realized. So that's not the experience that I'm going to be sharing, but that's one of the divine experiences we had, where Swami gave physical darshan in two forms, Aneka Rupaya Namaha, and after he left his physical body. So all of us who are so enamored by Swami's physical presence, and probably some people have even stopped going to Prashanti Nilayam. You don't have to go anywhere. Swami is everywhere. Or maybe wherever you sing the glory of God, wherever you think of him, that is Prashanti Nilayam. You will get that Prashanti, that peace. Okay? And you think of him, he's always there. Yeah. Yeah. Coming to the main satsang topic, Engi Chandralam Nirupai. I would just like to give a brief background. After all the ups and downs in our life, it was a wonderful smooth sailing. Both of us had got into Swami's fold intensely. Right, 2006, 2008, we got into Swami's fold very intensely. After that, there was no looking back, and everything was superb up to 2020. 2021 end, that's December. Suddenly, a day, again, once again, transformed our life. Up till 21st, 22nd, we were okay. And after that, I would just narrate the sequence of events where dear Vidya was diagnosed with cervical cancer. But if she's in a position to travel to US, this is our maiden visit to US, and talking to all of you, it's sheer Swami's grace. She's alive today. She has had a second life. That's purely because of Swami's grace. And his presence was witnessed throughout the treatment of Vidya. That's what we are going to share. And that's why we chose Engi Chandralam Nirupai. This bhajan was blessed by Swami, and they are all in Tamil lyrics. The meaning is so pregnant. Wherever you are there, you will embrace me. You can go to the next slide where the meaning is there. Wherever, if there, in all situations, you embrace. If there is turbulence in mind and confusion inside the heart, when I think of you, I get the clarity of vision. You are the pinnacle of love, my spirit, life spirit, love. I have been praying to Rama, Sita, Muruga, everyone whose work, okay, but you are the embodiment of all gods. And I realized that I take Sai's name, it is alluding to all gods. You are my life principle. You are you are my breath. You are the life principle, Sai. Okay, so we'll just listen with our closed eyes, or maybe you can look at the video also, a 4 5 minute song. Okay, and then we move on. Yeah, video, YouTube. எங்கு சென்றாலும் நீரப்பாய், எங்கு சென்றாலும் நீரப்பாய், எல்லா கருணத்தில் அரவணைப்பாய், எங்கு சென்றாலும் நீரப்பாய், எல்லா கருணத்தில் அரவணைப்பாய், சாயிநாதா சாயிநாதா எங்கு சென்றாலும் நீரப்பாய், எல்லா தருணத்தில் அரவணைப்பாய், சாயிநாதா சாயிநாதா மனதில் சஞ்சலம், மனதில் சஞ்சலம், உள்ளத்தில் குழப்பம், மனதில் சஞ்சலம், உள்ளத்தில் குழப்பம், மனதில் சஞ்சலம், உள்ளத்தில் குழப்பம், உன்னை நினைத்ததில் நான் தெளிவு பெற்றேனே, மனதில் சஞ்சலம், உள்ளத்தில் குழப்பம், உன்னை நினைத்ததில் நான் தெளிவு பெற்றேனே, அன்பில் சிகரம் ராமனை கண்டேன் கண்ணனை துதித்தேன் வடிவேல் முருகன் தினம் வணங்கினேன் ராமனை கண்டேன் கண்ணனை துதித்தேன் வடிவேல் முருகன் தினம் வணங்கினேன் So, can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So, what had happened was that we were all perfectly all right. Our dear Sai Srinivasans sir, if you have heard of his name, he was one of the first batch students of Swami who plays tabla even this day in Swami's Mandiram. He is absolutely wonderful experience. So uh, Swami was so kind enough to introduce me to all these brothers, and they are really, for me, embodiment of Sai. So on 21st, they had come to Mumbai, and because of the COVID restrictions, they didn't want to stay at my place because earlier they used to stay at my place only. So they were staying in Andheri, Dharmakshetra, and then he said, Srinivasan, I'll come to your office today along with Subhash's son, doctor, and we'll just meet up. I said, fine, please come. Because his father, that is 80th birthday. In fact, we had planned grandly in August, but because of COVID, we couldn't do it. And on that particular time, it was his nakshatra was coming close, and his yeah,
My father's
yeah.
80th birthday
80th
was, we just thought my brother had come from UK. So we just thought at home, we'll do Homam, Rudrabhishekam and Homam and Aishomam. And we'll celebrate it. And we had invited Sai Surendran. They are batchmates of TV Hariharan. He's a batchmate of TV Hariharan. So we had asked him also to come home, but he said because of the COVID restrictions, I have got a prasadam for you, so I'll give it in his office.
And in fact, he came to our office. We met up, and then he gave this Vibhuti Prasadam, and
This was on December 20th.
21st December,
Yeah.
and then 21 last year. That was 21 last year.
20th was my father's ceremony.
Yeah.
And 21st he gave this prasad.
Yeah. And then what was written was very significant. Why fear when I'm here? He could have given any of those, with Swami's messages, but he gave this 4 small pocket calendars, which was why fear when I'm here. So in fact, probably it was a premonition or like a hint of what are things to come, because till 21st December she was perfectly all right.
I was perfectly
She was
all right.
perfectly all
There
right.
was no symptoms, nothing.
Nothing.
So 22nd, my problem started.
Yeah.
So that is when I experienced some discomfort. And I immediately, on 23rd, I immediately went to my family physician. And she said, Vidya, I think something is wrong. I think you better immediately, I'll get an appointment for you with a gynecologist. And I had to immediately go to her. And she herself had taken an appointment for me. And at 3:30, she took morning. I went at 11 o'clock, and by 3:30, the gynecologist also she examined me, and she did some Pap smear test, which the next day I received. That is on 24th.
Yeah, correct.
I received the Pap smear where everything was fine. There was no
Negative report.
a negative report. Everything was fine, but the doctor said no. I'll not take this
Believe this report, because I
take
think
this report.
there is
I better
something.
you go for MRI, because the way I have examined, I can feel a huge lump inside. So you better go and do your sonography and MRI. So, which again, my family physician herself. This is all God's grace, where a doctor taking so much of pain
Because
and
25th of December happened to be a
person,
Christmas day.
and
And
I didn't get an appointment till 27th at Apollo Hospital. So my family physician, she said, no, you can't wait till so long. I'll only get an appointment for you on Saturday, that is on 25th itself. 25th
25th, yeah, that's perfect.
itself, in the afternoon, she called up one of her colleague, and she said, you please, I'm sending a patient, and you please examine her and give the report immediately. Everything, you just tell everything, so that they can, by Monday they have to go to the hospital. So that is how on 25th evening itself I
The
got
MRI was
confirmed.
done in Swastik scans, and the report was not favorable at all, because they had said,
So
"Ki,
before going to MRA, I was searching for Vibhuti at home, and I didn't get any Vibhuti, because I was giving distributing Vibhuti to many of the COVID patients. There, so many patients used to ask me for Vibhuti, and I used to distribute those. So I did not find
we
any
had a lot
Vibhuti
of vibhutis from Prashanti
packets.
Nilayam and Dharmakshetra, where you have the insignia of Sarvadharmas, this thing, and then vibhuti, the regular packets, or the plain ones.
So I did not find. So I just a normal vibhuti which we used to have at home. That vibhuti I just applied, and I went for MRI. But I came back with an unfavorable report. But by then my mother-in-law, she was just no, she
Filling
happened
with
to
all the drawers. Yeah.
in the
Puja
altar.
room.
In the altar. So, and then she immediately she got a vibhuti packet after I left. She got a vibhuti packet, and she kept it up in the altar. And as soon as I came back home, she said, why you were searching for so long for vibhuti? See, it is here only," she said. And she had kept the vibhuti. And when I went and saw that vibhuti packet was like this, which I never had seen it before in my house.
In none of the vibhuti packets, we have this kind of Shakti Shanti Sai Sanjeevani Vibhuti with the name written also. So this was something which was amazing, actually. Whereas,
Sanjeevani is a medicinal. Sanjeevani is termed as a medicinal.
significance, it has significance.
So,
And again, that common thread of
and
Hanuman
with
in our lives.
a name there, and I had to fill in the blank.
So
So that is how Swami had sent the vibhuti packet there. I don't know from where it had come to my place. So this is one of
this
the
is like,
Swami
the
said
turbulence was there when we went, and even when the report was negative, we were
so
absolutely
as
dumbfounded. We
of
were very
course,
tensed. But when
seeing
we
the
came back,
vibhuti packet, the report, the MRI thing, that
it
got
fizzled out.
dissolved.
We didn't bother
So
at all.
no, I
Okay,
didn't
fine.
matter for me whatever the tumor is. Where it's okay, whatever it is. But he is there with me,
Swami is there.
so that is enough. So he's going to take care.
Yeah. So yeah. On Sunday, what had happened was there was a lot of turbulence in the mind as to now, okay, it's detected as cervical cancer or kind of cancer. We have to, take immediate actions. Which doctor to go was a very puzzling thing, because the doctor had told on phone, our family physician, probably it requires surgery. Please do that, And then we were toying up with ideas of going to the best Apollo and other
Saturday
things.
evening, I got the MRI. So night 10:30, again my family physician is calling up, and she said, "What is the next step you're going to take?" She asked me. So I said, "I don't know what I should do. I don't know where to go, which doctor to go. I don't know yet to decide." I said. So then immediately next day early morning at morning 6 o'clock, the doctor is calling up, and she's telling him that, "Why don't you go where you had
Where you?
taken
I had
to the
taken treatment in Hinduja Hospital.
She's
She
asked me
says,
not to
please
go
go
to
to Hinduja
Apollo."
Hospital. Don't go anywhere, because probably, in fact, they have a good track record, and you know them also. So please go there. And then I was, that did not come into my mind as well, to talk to my doctor, who was a radiologist, Dr. Kannan. And then I call up on 26th in the September, December. In fact, I sent a message, I would like to talk to you.
7 o'clock he sends the message, morning 7 o'clock. The doctor, can I talk to you? When can I talk to you? And the doctor immediately calls back.
He calls back. It never happens. Normally he would see, he would not respond or that kind of thing, but he calls up. And then the first salutation he does is Ram Ram. And then he says, then I explain what it is. He says, don't worry. Please come.
In the year
Please come.
2008, he was the doctor.
I was
for him.
treated. I was
And
treated in
after
2007
that-
end.
He remembers his name still. And he says, Ram Ram Srinivasan, what happened to you? He asked.
These are exactly the words. Ram Ram, please come tomorrow. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry. I'll line up completely. It's as if like Swami is giving me an assurance. Ram Ram, don't worry. Come. I will take care. Our Lord Sai Rama was already there. In fact. And it all felt like a jigsaw puzzle. Where to go, that entire doubt. Like Manadil Sanchalam Ullatil Karapam. Lot of turbulence in his mind. But the moment we thought of Sai and that assurance of Vibhuti came, Satsang Vibhuti, we are assured. And then the entire picture was clear. Where to go and take treatment. So this bhajan, Rama Raghurama, is so special to us because it signifies that Andar Rama Bahar Rama. Okay. And if you can be like Hanuman, a bhakt who is 100% surrendered to Ram, you are absolutely taken care of. So with that bhava, I want to really offer this at his lotus feet. Rama Raghurama Ram, tum ho Atma Ram.
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 Andaru Rama, Baharu Rama.
Andar Rama, Bahar Rama.
Andaru Rama, Baharu Rama.
Andar Rama, Bahar Rama.
Ghat ghat vasi Rama.
Ghat ghat vasi Rama.
Ghat ghat vasi Rama.
Ghat ghat vasi Rama.
Rama Raghurama Ram, tum ho Atma Rama.
Rama Raghurama Ram, tum ho Atma Ram.
Rama Ram, tum ho Atma Ram.
Rama Raghurama Ram, tum ho Atma Ram.
Atma Rama, Ananda Rama.
Atma Rama, Ananda Rama.
Atma Rama, Ananda Rama.
Atma Rama, Ananda Rama.
Jaya 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 Rama.
Jaya 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 Rama.
Jaya 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 Raghurama.
Jaya 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 Rama.
Rama
तुम हो आत्मा
Sairam, pardon me, I'm not singing the traditional way where we have to sing two speeds. Please, Swami, forgive us for that. For paucity of time, we're trying to sing the first kadi only. Yeah. Next. This is something which is amazing, which again shows Swami's omnipresence. Wherever I go, you are there. The doctor's name normally is Sampada Desai, Desai is a normal name. DESSAI is very, very, very uncommon. And it did not come to our notice also, but when we went for the ultrasound testing and the doctor's name was being fed on the computer, the nurse asked, "What is doctor's name? Is it right?" And Vidya glanced and saw DESSAI
The Sai was written separately there.
separately there.
So,
So I think it could be very insignificant from all our perspective, but Swami says, "I am there." He always says about constant integrated awareness. It's there in this universe. You have to pick it up, pick the signals. He will not come as Baba and give you darshan. He will not give signals and writing saying that, okay, that's what it is, not a prescription. But these signals were so reinforcing that every step he was there. So our confidence grew up. Then on 28th December, when I had gone for PET scan, another thing happened which was amazing. She had to be on fasting. We had gone in the morning and we had to spend 4-5 hours in Hinduja. On 28th, we had gone for PET scan. And after the PET scan was over, she walked out of the PET scan room, and I said, "Can we go?" In Tamil, I said, "Polam, can we drink something?" Or you asked doctor. She said no. So what I did was, I went back to the cabin where all the radiologists, all those people were there, and then I knocked and said, "Sir, Vidya Srinivasan, can we go? Can she have something?" Then a boy came out and he said, "Yeah, you can go out, you can have a drink and then go. Okay, she can drink something and then you can go. You're fit to go now." So I came out and was pouring some juice for her. And that boy again walked up. It was like he was in the 30s. He walked up again and said, "Sir, are you by any chance Satya Sai Baba's devotee?" In Hinduja hospital, somebody coming from nowhere is asking, "Are you Satya Sai Baba's devotee?" I said, "Sairam, yeah, we are." I was so excited, my face was lit up. Then he says, then his sir changed to uncle. Look, and he says, "Uncle, don't worry, auntie will be fine. Do you know, I'm an alumni of Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning." He studied there for 5 years, and then he was a nuclear technologist there in charge of that. So he was there in plant. I mean, see, Swami works in a different plane altogether. So he was there, he gave the assurance and then said, he looked at her and said,
आंटी आपको कुछ नहीं होएगा, आपको सब ठीक, स्वामी है, आपको सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
"Swami आपके साथ है, सब ठीक हो जाएगा." That's the kind of assurance. And then we walked out. In all this, at every point in time, our this thing was bolstered. Our confidence was bolstered. We were never down. And one thing about cancer, by going by our experience, is positivity. Positivity is something which is absolutely must. The medicines don't cure. They do cure, but if you are positive, the entire atmosphere is positive, the family is positive, you can fight cancer. Absolutely. And of course, with Swami, everything is possible. You will cancel the cancer in a jiffy. Okay. So again, it was a reaffirmation of Engi Chandralu Neerupai. Wherever I go, you are there. Yeah. On 15th of March, she got admitted to Hinduja Hospital. Both of us went. On that day morning, we had a very divine, unprecedented darshan of Swami I mean, in this position right now, where in fact Swami has left his physical presence with the samadhi and all this, starting from the Ganesha circumambulation, Murugan circumambulation, okay, inside Bhajan hall, okay, that is behind the Kulwant hall, Swami's chair, Paduka, that Krishna Arjuna chariot, everything, suddenly we had that, we viewed it on our mobile. We had that darshan, okay, before we started from the, home to the hospital. And then the Veda chanting preview, everything. Something which normally doesn't, because when you look at the normal telecast, it doesn't happen that way. But we got that. So it was something where Swami said, okay, you don't have to
Have
come to
full
Prashanti
darshan
Nilayam.
of
You have
Prashanti
my
Nilayam.
full darshan. Murugan is one deity which Vidya has always held on to. And she was very excited because Ganesh, then Murugan, and circumambulation of people, and all those happen. And that's where, in fact, I always feel Rama, Muruga, Shiva, all deities, or Allah, Eshu, anyone you call out, Swami is there to represent all of them, and he shows his presence. So, I would offer this Pratishwara Shri Sai Prabhu to all of you. Yeah, I think Soundri is going to sing this, in fact, for us. And in fact, we are a pale shadow of what all of you are, because I heard her sing, and that's it. We are all novices.
परतीश्वर श्री साई प्रभो
परतीश्वर श्री साई प्रभो
परतीश्वर श्री साई प्रभो
परतीश्वर श्री साई प्रभो
ईश्वराम्बनन्दन साई प्रभो
ईश्वराम्बनन्दन साई प्रभो
ईश्वराम्बनन्दन साई प्रभो
ईश्वराम्बनन्दन साई प्रभो
परतीश्वर श्री साई प्रभो
परतीश्वर श्री साई प्रभो
ईश्वर अल्लाह श्री साई राम नाम
ईश्वर अल्लाह श्री साई राम नाम
बुद्ध सोराष्ट्र साई कृष्ण नाम
सौराष्ट्र साई कृष्ण नाम
माधव मोहन साई नारायण
माधव मोहन साई नारायण
प्रेमावतारा प्रभु साई रामा
प्रेमावतार प्रभु साई रामा
प्रेमावतारा प्रभु साई रामा
प्रेमावतार प्रभु साई रामा
परतीश्वर श्री
साई
साई
प्रभु Swami, many thanks, many thanks, because all these forms you only represent. You are the embodiment of all gods. Sai Ram. Next. Aditya was very desperate to come to India. My son, we also wanted his presence. He's on a work visa, H1B permit, but he's had to get his visa stamped in India if he had to come out of US. That was not happening. And he was trying a lot of appointments. रात को उठ के सवेरे उठ के 2 बार दिन में, various times he was trying to do that. On 15th of March evening, when we got admitted to the hospital, and then we had a video call, we were just chatting on this. And then I just told Aditya, आज today you try, आज रात को try करो, you will get it. And 15 night, he tries, he gets an appointment in Calcutta for visa. And the surgery was on 17th of March. He got a visa appointment 3 days later. The moment he got that he's coming to India, he said, okay, I'm coming to India. His how face lit up, my confidence grew up because Aditya was going to be there. That's what Swami does. The impossible to possible. That's what he does. On 17th of March, in fact, prior to this, after the treatment was diagnosed, she had to undergo 3 rounds of chemotherapy, but the sequence of events happened that way, that though the treatment was supposed to happen on 1st of January, immediately after diagnosis, we didn't look at the nakshatra dates and then star planetary situation, but typically
My chemo had to start on
January
January 3rd.
January 3rd.
That was my first chemo because the tumor was quite huge. And the doctor said that there was, the Sampada Desai who had to operate on me. She said there is no space for me to do the
Maneuver
operation.
and do the operation.
So I have to shrink the tumor, and we do not know. It depends on person to person whether it will shrink or not. See, mostly around 40 to 50% shrink will be there. Sometimes patients, some cases there may not be any shrink also. So it's all like it's in the hands of the Almighty. But anyway, we have to give you 3 sets of chemo. So actually, everything happened so fast that no, January 3rd, the doctor had themselves planned that my first chemo will be on 3rd.
We also
But
said yes.
ours is, we did not ask anybody. We said okay, fine. But actually, ours is a very traditional family where we see the date for important
Panchang we see.
Panchang we see, where we see the date and we see the time and all that. Like how Swami also used to do, like Rahu Kala and all, you see that. But then we were not given that opportunity to think also. So we just said okay, but somewhere back of my parents' mind and my in-laws' mind, the 3rd was not a very good day. It was a no
First day after Amavasya, we call it as Prathama. On
Prathama, we do not do anything, especially for surgeries. It's not very good. So, but then just because the 3rd, I had to be given the chemo. 2nd, I was diagnosed with COVID.
So they had to say before operation we had to do a COVID test before admission. I mean,
So I had been to MRI, so where I picked up COVID, and then I came back home, and everybody in the house had COVID.
We had a round of COVID. 10 days went that by, and the first treatment happened on this cycle. There were 3 cycles which are supposed to happen within a span of 3 weeks each. So as Swami ordained it, the first chemo happened on 13th January, which happened to be Thursday. And then subsequently, all the 3 chemos fell in place as Thursdays only. Again, is Swami's divine
and
plan.
that was an Ekadashi day,
Vaikuntha Ekadashi day first.
And I underwent the chemo that day, the whole day, as a daycare in the daycare, and then towards the evening, the doctor who said
Dr. Kannan Ram, yeah.
he said, before you go back home, you please come and meet me. But since it was the first day, so they had to give me slowly because they had to see the reactions of the chemo. So it went on
beyond like 6:30, 6:45 p.m. it happened.
So by then, the doctors usually they go away, go home. So when we thinking that he must have gone, so we came back to the clinic to see if he is there. But then the sister said, no, he must have gone by now. But then he called up. He said, sorry, we are late because the chemo went on. So we are late, he said. So he said, no, don't go. I'm here only. And he came out of one of the rooms. And he said, Ram Vidya, how are you feeling? He asked me. I said, I'm fine. So he said, see, today is Vaikuntha Ekadashi. The doctor is confirming it. He said, today is a Vaikuntha Ekadashi day. So you've begun in a very nice day.
Auspicious day.
Everything will be all right. Go. For this, he has waited for me up to 6:30. And then saying this, he said, now you go. So this is a love which Swami sends through various forms which he takes, and then we receive that love from him. That is wonderful.
On 17th of March, when the surgery was slated, my cousin, he always sends me some messages to the other, she's a staunch devotee of Satsang Sai Baba and Shirdi Sai Baba. She sends this message, which is so profound. It says, in the auspicious fires of Holika Dahan, burn away all your fear, all your anxiety, all your pain, O child. Make an offering of all that is dark, that is unwanted, into the holy flames. And then wake up on the beautiful festival of Holi to a colorful, happy canvas of your new empowered life. And that was the day of Holi.
So 17th, the day I was getting operated was a
Holy day.
Holika day.
Holika day. Where,
yeah,
you do Holika Dahan, and next day was Rang Panchami. Next day was Rang Panchami. Yeah. See, one thing wonderful after coming to Swami, we become one close-knit family. Each one is present in the ups and downs of, we celebrate joy. If somebody is in trouble, we all pray, we all join in prayers, and that we have witnessed right throughout. For me, many people had prayed. In fact, they used to chant all around Sai Gayatris at my home. That's what used to happen even in my treatment. And on this particular day, there is a beautiful group in Singapore. So we had gone there as a part of Satsang along with TV Hariranji, Koteji, and that Batam Singapore group is so loving. So we are all very close. We exchange a lot of notes, and I also participate in their online programs. So on that particular day, Vidya was taken into the operation theater, and Satya, the Singapore person, he sends me a message. We've just finished our prayers, offering Dhanvantri Mantra, Durga Sukta medicines, and Swami showered his blessings twice by flowers dropping from two photos, Krishna and Shirdi Sai, blessing both surgeries today, Vidya's and Ganga Mani's. On that particular day, when they were praying, with Vidya in focus as well as Satya's sister-in-law, she was having a knee surgery on that particular day. And with them in focus, they had prayed, and Swami blessed by this. See, all this seem pretty trivial, but these visiting cards are really important because they reinforce us. And the timing is so immaculate. Why should it happen on 17th of March? Why couldn't it have happened on 16th of March? So that's what we need to pick up. And then after marathon surgery of 5 hours, everything was done. And yeah, she was operated. On the same day, we have a lovely Navi Mumbai district family, and they all were also in prayers. And we have a very wonderful auntie called Lata Murli auntie. She's a staunch devotee of Satya Sai Baba as well as Kanchi Mahapariva. And as she was doing the puja, she sends me a message. Extremely happy that the surgery went off well. When I performed Guruvara Puja to Mahapariva, dedicated to Vidya surgery and eventual complete, he blessed twice. You can see the white flower on the floor. Again, flower fell. Again, the surgery of 17 March was ordained on Thursday. So that is something which is, it's not a coincidence. I think Swami planned it perfectly. All the 3 chemotherapies happening on Thursday and the surgery happening on Thursday as well. Yeah. We have a very old uncle called Gopalan uncle and Maithili auntie, who were the initial ones who introduced us to this I-fold. They used to take us to one, and in Chembur, we have one auntie, Meena auntie, where a lot of materialization of Linga and Vibhuti and all take place. So they used to take Vidya to their place when I was getting treated. And at that point in time, I was bordering on the fence. In fact, I was not a staunch devotee of Swami till I got the final signal of, you are cured. Then I had jumped from 0 to straight 100%. My faith level was 0 to straight 100%. After that, never looking back. So, but Vidya was gradual and then 100% all throughout later. And on that particular day, Gopal, Maithili auntie, unfortunately, she's no more, but Gopal and Mama, I would send a lot of broadcast messages. He would see, he would not respond. For I think 1.5 years, he's never responded. On that 17th March, he sends a WhatsApp message after this message of Shirdi Sai Baba, and that too in Tamil. Unakku துன்பம் வரும்போதெல்லாம் என் பெயரை உச்சரித்வா உனக்கு நன்மை உண்டாகும் இது உறுதி. So I have translated it. Whenever you are in peril, please chant my name and good will definitely happen. This is firm and certain. This is kind of an assurance from Swami. Just take his name, chant his name, and he's there. And that was that this happened on this day of the surgery, which gave a lot of strength to us. And the surgery was really performed very successfully, because we had a lot of anxiety. The day before, they had said that probably, in fact, if there could be a possibility that if the rectum is affected, then you'll have to have these
In the
toolbox
PET
outside
scan, my rectum and my urinary bladder was not seen
seen
properly.
clearly.
So they said only after opening we will get a real picture whether your we do not know, we may have to remove your rectum and
Urinary bladder
urinary
also.
bladder. And they had taken some measurement for keeping a stoma outside, so that no
So permanently she had to have a
and they
urinary
had
bag and
given us a
something for
very
collection of stools.
encouraging this thing that no, you can do swimming, you can do all gymnasiums, all with the stoma, you will be very good. But somehow that having an external rectum and a urinary bladder was not very this thing for me. So I said to I usually converse with him. So I said, Swami, it's okay, I with some reason you have given me this, but then with the bag outside with these things, I think I'll not be very comfortable. Just look into that. I just, the previous night, this was all told to us the day before the surgery. And I was saying, please, at least take care of this, that I don't have a bag outside. Just, I'm not asking you a very great thing that to save my life or something, but at least with these bags, I'll not be comfortable, I said. So and that Swami has taken care, and I with no stoma, and
Yeah.
everything was fine.
Next,
And
please.
that will come to.
Can you play the video, sir? In fact, yeah, one second. No, not this. Then also, it's okay. Uh, yeah, I also get a video. Rajshekhar was one brother from the Sai family who would send random videos to us, of Sai Baba's meche, Satya Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba. On 17th of March, he sends a small video. Okay, and we'll play that video out, because it is so heartening to get such a kind of video on that particular day. Not that one, other one, sir. Yeah.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My dear Sai brothers and Sai sisters, welcome to Divine Bliss. Sai Baba's blessings to everyone listening to this message and everyone in our Divine Bliss family who are celebrating their birthdays and wedding anniversaries today. Sai Baba says, my dear child, you are going through a difficult time in your life. I know you feel sad, defeated, and disappointed.
I think it's buffering.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My dear Sai brothers and Sai sisters, blessings to everyone listening, everyone in our Divine Bliss family who are celebrating birthdays and wedding anniversaries today. Sai Baba says, my dear child, you are going through a difficult time in your life. I know you feel sad, defeated, and disappointed. My dear child, I have come to answer your prayer. When you feel down, just think how far you have come, everything you have gotten through, all those times you have pushed on even when you felt you could not, all those times you wanted to give up, but you got through another day. Never forget how much strength you have developed along the way. My dear child, I was with you during those moments. I am with you now, and I will always be with you in your future. I have rescued you more times than you can count, and times that you don't even know. There is nothing you have simply by luck or chance. It's all due to my grace upon you. My dear child, my love for you is like nothing else in this world. It has no boundaries and it is unconditional. I love you for who you are, and I love you more than you love yourself. My dear child, don't worry about your pain and suffering right now. I will bring you out of this very soon. Have faith in me and be patient, my child. Nothing goes to waste on the journey of life. Both good and bad experiences shape your mind and heart to face your future. My dear child, I will never leave you empty handed. If I ask you to put something down, it is because I want you to pick up something greater. I am love. I am peace. I am bliss. I am truth. I am your protector. I will guard you from all directions. My grace will bless you with a happy, wealthy, healthy, and peaceful life that you have been asking for. My dear Sai sisters and Sai brothers, let us bow at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sri Sai Baba to guide us and lead a happy life. Peace be to all. Have a divine and blissful day. Om Shri Sai Ram.
What a powerful message.
This was a message I when I was just leaving the room, I got this message. And when I went to the operation theater, the doctor just asked me to shift from my bed to the table. So I just shifted, and I only know that I just said Sai Ram. I just lay down there and I only said Sai Ram. After that, I do not know because doctors have not yet begun anything. They were not around me, and I don't know when I was given anesthesia, when I was nothing was known to me except that I just know that I said Sai Ram and I lay there. And only I got up after the operation. I do not know what exactly happened.
Next. Yeah.
So even
Yeah.
before the operation, even before the fear could sink into me, he had already given me anesthesia.
He's a protector of everyone. Dinanatha, Karunanatha, an ocean of compassion. So we'll just sing the first paragraph of this. Shri Sainatha Dinanatha
Shri Sainatha Dinanatha
Shri Sainatha Dinanatha
Shri Sainatha Dinanatha
Bhagavan
Karunanidhe Bhagavan
Karunanidhe Bhagavan
Karunanidhe Bhagavan
Prita Shanta Swarupa Tribhunavatara
Shanta Swarupa Premavatara
Shanta Swarupa Premavatara
Shanta Swarupa Premavatara
Karuna Swarupa Bhagavan
Karuna Swarupa Bhagavan
Karuna Swarupa Bhagavan
स्वरूपा भगवान
राजीवन
राजीवलोचन आनंद रामा
राजीवलोचन आनंद राम
राजीवलोचन आनंद रामा
मंगल नयन मंगल नयन विराम श्री साईनाथ दीनानाथ. This is the ultimate. Like I had that experience of me coming out after the fourth chemotherapy with Swami's stamp of assurance. So we were there, myself and my sister were in our room waiting because operation was on the third floor. We were on the 14th floor. And 4.5 hours had gone by, 5 hours had gone by, 1:30. No news from there. But they said they will call you after the operation is over and doctor will speak to you. So we are pretty worried. 1:30, I get a call from dear Ashwath Narayan, brother Ashwath Narayan, who is an excellent singer from Prashanti Nilayam, whom we are in touch. Normally, the same relationship. I send messages, some bhajans, he gives comments, he replies, but he never speaks, he never calls up. But aunties, I had requested for prayers for him to few of the very close, like Ashwath, Ravi Kumarji, and so many people had sent, and they were praying. Ashwath Kumar calls up at 1:30 and says, Uncle, auntie eppadi irka? How is auntie doing after surgery? Surgery is over? I said, Kanna, no, I don't know. In fact, for more than 4.5 hours, 5 hours, no news from the operation theater. So I don't know, it should be good, I don't know. But I'm also praying to Swami. He said, don't worry, auntie will be fine. And as we were conversing, the nurse taps and says, doctor is calling me to third floor. The operation is over, everything went on well. So what a coincidence. And then myself and my sister go down on the third floor, and the security there asks, kisko milna hai? I said, in fact, Vidya Srinivasan got operated. Who is the doctor? I said, Dr. Sampada Desai. So he just phoned up from the intercom and said, yeah, doctor is coming out. Doctor walks out and says, Srinivasan, everything is fine. I think your Baba has made it. She didn't have the urinary bladder is safe. We didn't have to do anything on rectum. There was a little touch. We just stapled it. No problem. So no bags outside. She was not knowing because she was unconscious all the time. And she says, everything will be all right. We're taking her to the recovery room. And she goes in. And as she goes in, and then we prepare to leave that place, a person walks up with all the blue color headgear and fully covered. And he comes out and he asks me, Kisko milna hai? Whom do you want to meet? I said, no. In fact, Dr. Sampada Desai had operated upon my wife, Vidya Shakon. I said, Vidya Srinivasan. Oh, I was there throughout. आप बिल्कुल चिंता मत करो, सब ठीक हो गया. I was there throughout. And he says, she's perfectly all right. He gives this message. I didn't ask her, ask him, how is she and all. He gives this message. She's perfectly all right. He gives this message. So I was so happy that Sairam came in my speech. Sairam, and then I caught my like this Sairam. And then the person was amazed. What did he do? No? He just hugged me. He hugged me and said, do you want to see something? He opened his mobile and he showed the screensaver to me and my sister. Baba hai, she's all right completely, and she goes off. He goes off. That's a kind of assurance that Swami, every chindalam near, don't have to look around. He's there everywhere. So, and then when she opens her eyes, she sees Doctor.
Dr. Sampada, and actually another doctor also held my hand. Actually, I believe in Lord Subramaniam
Muruga.
Muruga, and Dr. Sampada, she held one hand, and another male doctor, he held none. I don't know who he was before, and he said, "I am Anbaragan." Anbaragan is another name for Muruga.
Lord Muruga.
Yeah, and so he said, "I am Anbaragan," and he's telling me, both of them are confirming that everything is fine with you. But of course, they didn't tell me that I didn't have a stoma, or but I didn't ask them also because I didn't want to question anything now. Everything is over, so he must have taken care. That faith I had. So, but then they said everything is fine with you, and everything is you're fit completely, or come out very successfully. So, and one thing made me more happy was Anbaragan was there. Of course, Sai was there in one hand, and Anbaragan was there in the other hand. So that made me more, you know,
Yeah.
the pain, nothing was felt at all.
This is something which happened. After that, she had a series of radiotherapy and adjunct chemotherapy. And the third adjunct chemotherapy, she was very tired even to walk after the chemotherapy. So
So again, as usual, I used to converse with him. So this time I'm really tired. I said, Sai, I'm really tired. Please take care. Please. I'm not in a position to even walk up to the lift and go till the car. So no, please help me. I just told him this. And I told Srinivasan also, you please call the driver, as early as possible before we reach there, because I'm not in a position to stand even. So, of course, by the time we reached there, the car had already arrived. And I went the other side of the car to get inside the car. And there, one lady was standing of my age, only around 50s, 54, 55 maybe. And she was having a stick in her hand. And she was looking at me for a long, just staring. I also just looked at her, just gave a smile, just like that. I gave her a smile, and I got inside the car. And she also smiled at me. And then when I sat inside, after adjusting my cushion and all that, I just looked through the window. So when I looked through the window, she gestured to me that I am praying for you. So nothing will happen to you. She gestured from outside. I am praying for you. So nothing will happen to you. You will be fine. This is how she said. So seeing her gesture, I just opened the window panes, and then I told her, "Thank you so much for the prayers. I needed the most." I told. She only gave me an answer, Om Shri Sai Ram, Om Shri Sai Ram. Om Shri Sai. This is, and how that lady knows that I am a devotee of Sai, I don't know. But then why should she say Om Shri Sai Ram? So all this is for me is Leela only, I don't, which
thrice
is
she said.
giving me a confidence that I'm there. So even this weakness, you can
Overcome.
overcome.
This is something which was again fantastic because see, during this chemotherapy, what happens is the blood platelets and all go down. Every week she was supposed to have the radiation. That is 5 days in a row, and there was supposedly
One chemo.
one chemo. After three chemos, her platelets had gone down, and there was a small break, and we were a little worried also. That time, Saundri had phoned up. Okay, then she said, there is one uncle, Sridharan uncle. I think all of you must be knowing about Sridharan uncle if he has given a satsang here or whatever it is, or you must definitely hear him. So he gives distant Reiki. It is under Swami's instructions that he left his excellent career in banking and started this. Okay, and that kind of service nobody can give. Nobody can do. So she gave reference. Why don't you please get in touch with? And she had sounded uncle. So we spoke to uncle, and uncle said, excellent, since Soundri has given reference, definitely in the night you please come, I'll give you Reiki. So we put on the video call, and then he gave some signs and all, and then he was meditating, and then she was with the closed eyes, he gave distant Reiki. And then when he opened his eyes, he said, Vidya, you are completely cured.
Swami says
Swami
you're
says you are
completely
completely cured.
There is nothing, there is no treatment required, but whatever you have to go through, you please finish it
Finish.
off.
You can
But then
complete your
cure
protocol as
completely.
per doctor's thing, but you don't need actually. But whatever doctors say, please go through. So again, like at that point in time, somebody talking about Reiki master, and then that is who has taken up Reiki only because of Swami's insistence. Okay, because Swami had asked, "Will you leave your job for a good cause?" And he said yes. And then he was not knowing as to what he was into later, but later he realized that he was to do this service. So that's what happened. Yeah, and then incidentally, he also, when he was in Mumbai, he came to us and had lunch with us. That reminds me of our physical darshan, the physical darshan I was talking about, when Swami in two forms had given me darshan, after he left his physical body. At that point in time, Swami had told that I will come to your place and have dinner with you. And I was wondering, for like, if you have read Shirdi Satsang, he comes in various forms. It could be a photograph, or it could be in some other forms. In this house, which I have named as Sai Shankar Nilayam, our house, has hosted all Swami students. They come partake food with us. And then this gentleman comes. He has no agenda. He came and said, I will come to your place, because he knows so many people in Bombay, but he made it a point to come to our house. It was such a blessing for us. Yeah. This is again a very disparate incident that happened, that my brother-in-law who lives in UK, there was a Siddha Yoga Purusha. His name is Paramashivan in UK. Okay, and then
He suddenly appeared in UK, and one of my brother's friend, he took him there, and he said, and he sees, by seeing, he tells you, concentrate on Periba, you concentrate on Raghavendra, your guru is this, your guru is this. So my brother went and told about me, my health, and he just asked, where is she? Is she in Chennai? So he said, no, she's in Mumbai. So then immediately he just closed his eyes and he said, ask your sister to concentrate, just to think about Devi, on Devi, and she must be having Udi of Baba. Ask her, that is a medicine for her. So how does he know that he comes like, so sitting in UK, from UK, he's saying that ask your sister to take that Udi as medicine, that is going to cure her, that nothing will happen to her. So this was another message we got
And
from
incidentally, when he
you.
had advised, uh, focusing on Devi during the entire treatment, also, she was reciting this Devi's
Yeah, actually, I was already into Devi. I was learning Soundarlari and Mukha Panchashati and all that of Devi this COVID period. The whole 2 years I was doing that and reaffirming that what I'm doing is also, you are right. This is what from Swami I'm getting this, that what you're doing is also. So that has re-enhanced me that, yes, I must be doing that.
that Manamohana Brindavana Sai Gopala. That's what we want. Our dear Sai is. And for that, I would like Vidya to sing this Manamohana Brindavana. It's a beautiful composition which is done by Malati Gangadharan Aunty, an ardent devotee of Swami who resides in Puttaparthi, whose daughter, incidentally, I think probably you had a Satsang, Vidya. So Vidya's mother has composed this, and it's one of her favorites.
Manamohana Vrindavana,
Manamohana Brindavana,
Manamohana Vrindavana,
Manamohana Brindavana,
Gopalana Sai Govardhana,
Gopalana Sai Govardhana,
Gopalana Sai
Gopalana
Govardhana,
Sai Govardhana,
Manamohana
Manamohana Brindavana,
Vrindavana,
Madhusudana Gopi Jeevana. Madhusudana Gopi Jeevana. Prativana Satya Sanatana. Prativana Satya Sanatana. Govindana Sayanandana. Govindana Sayanandana. Govindana Sayanandana. Govindana Sayanandana.
Manamohana Brindavana.
And finally, when the entire treatment process over and we had all settled back, once again, we met the doctor. We took clearance. Can we visit our, uh, Kuladevta and do all the offerings? We wanted to go to Shirdi. We wanted to go to Puttaparthi. Doctors gave clearance. We also planned to visit of US that time. Doctor said, please go. And that's why we are here. And when we went to Shirdi, a miracle happened. That is something, I don't know, words fail as to how Swami shows his compassion. I think Vidya would be the best person to narrate this.
Yeah, whenever Swami in Sai Sacharita he said that whoever comes to Dwarka Mai and asks for anything, they will not go empty-handed. And if they come and sit in Dwarka Mai. So usually when I go to Shirdi, I go and sit there for some time. Of course, I didn't never have asked anything, but I make it a point, I sit there. So this time, because of the COVID rules, they had closed everything, and there was just one-way path they had made, where one after the other we have to just have darshan and keep moving. So I just told Swami that you only said that you have to sit here, and now you have only closed everything. Now what is? There is a place to sit here. There is no place to sit. I can't sit. I wanted to sit for some time, but then you have closed everything. I said just I when I went and stood in front of the altar, there one pujari was sitting, and
He was reading some puthi.
he was reading some poti, and he immediately suddenly he said, "You wait," he said. So then I just waited over there, and he went off inside. The pujari went off. Of course, Srinivasan said, "We have come from Mumbai."
Mumbai. I just said we have come from Mumbai.
So he said, "You wait," he said. So, and he went off inside. So when I was waiting there, I had stopped the whole queue there behind, and the policeman behind, he was shouting at me, "Why have you stopped? Come on, move on, move on." I said,
There was only a railing and everyone was supposed to walk in one single queue only. Yeah.
so I said, "The pujari has asked me to wait." I said. So he said, "If you have to wait, go to the corner and sit over there," he said. So and then I went over there, but my short structure, I couldn't sit on the
It
this
was
thing.
kind of a raised structure where she couldn't sit. I was sitting there. Yeah.
Yeah, we were made to sit over there. So now the pujari took 10 minutes to come out, and the rest of them they were moving on. So Swami made it gave my that small this thing, he fulfills.
That time in Dwarka Mai, he allowed us to spend and meditate upon him.
So that 10 minutes I sat over there. Then he came out, and he came out. Of course, I didn't I had a lesser hair at that time, but he gave me 1.5 gaj fool ka the flower
Gajra.
string, and he brought out
A laddu.
and a laddu for me, and he said, "Have this laddu," and then he gave half a bottle of tirth drawn from the Shirdi
Baudi,
Baba's,
Shivdi, that Baudi was there, which Shirdi Sai Baba was using as a tirth. He brought that, filled it up in a half liter of that in a
This is
Bisleri water
from
bottle.
Baba's well, he said, and drink this fully, he said. And he gave me. He says, without asking, we had just asked for sitting and see how much he gives back. He comes tenfold. And then he gives so much of love, we get back. This, it is really.
I mean, it was like we wanted to express our gratitude to Swami and visit Shirdi, Parthi, and our deities. And that's what he does. He blesses again immensely, saying that, okay, I have taken care of you, don't worry. That kind of assurance, Swami's stamp of assurance, that gives us the confidence to live on and hereafter. And I mean, right now we are on into that phase only doing Swami's activities. And that gives us enough confidence to move on with Swami's activities hereafter also. Okay. That Shirdi, Satya Sai Baba has said, I am Shirdi Baba in my previous avatar, and I'm going to be Prema Sai in the next avatar. And that's why, in fact, it doesn't matter. He would bless us either as Shirdi Sai or Satya Sai or any other God that you think as your God. But if you remember him, he's always there. That's our loving Baba. The only thing that Swami has taught us is that ceaseless love. Love, Prema Swarupulala. How he addresses, that's what he addresses, in fact. And once we surrender to him, and that too unconditionally, he just takes over. And life is never going to be a smooth journey. It's going to be always ups and downs. And that's what Swami says. Yesterday, past is past. Future is unknown. Today, present is omnipresent. Live life completely in bliss, absolute bliss, with the unconditional surrender to Swami that he will take care at all junctures. So we'll have this bhajan and one bhajan by him, and then we'll conclude the session. Yeah, definitely. I want him to sing because he's an outstanding singer. I mean, I heard him yesterday and I was absolutely floored. Yeah. So we'll have one song, Shirdi Sai Parthi Sai, which is so close to our heart. Yeah. Black File, Asia. I'm sorry, in fact, I think I have run out of time. I really did not even have a look at the, 5 more minutes. We'll close it actually. I know a lot of elders are there. I truly apologize to all of them. We are overshot, but I think in that flow, it's just coming on.
Shirdi Sai Parthi Baba.
Shirdi Sai Parthi Baba.
Shirdi
Sai Parthi Baba.
जनों के साई भक्त जनों के बाबा
जनों के साई भक्त जनों के बाबा
जनों के साई भक्त जनों के बाबा
दिल जनों के साई भक्त जनों के बाबा
युग अवतारा हे दीवन आधारा
कलियुग अवतारा मेरे जीवन आधारा कलियुग अवतारा मेरे जीवन आधारा
श्री गुरु
सतगुरु साई राम श्री गुरु साई
Shri Guru Sai Ram.
Sadguru Sai Ram, Shri Guru Sai Ram,
Shri Sai
Shirdi Sai Parti Baba,
दीन जनों के साई, भक्त जनों के बाबा।
दीन जनों के साई,
कलियुग अवतारा हे
कलियुग
जीवन आधारा,
अवतारा, हे जीवन आधारा।
श्री गुरु साई राम।
सद्गुरु साई राम, श्री गुरु साई राम,
सद्गुरु साई राम। श्री गुरु साई राम।
सद्गुरु साई राम, श्री गुरु साई राम, शिरडी साई परती बाबा। So ultimately, what I can say is constant integrated awareness is something which I always like what Swami says. I am ever there, everywhere. You have to be vigilant and pick up the signals and immerse yourself into this never-ending grace of Swami and go with the flow. And when you surrender to him, he's always there. You have to pick up the signals in that constant state of awareness. Whatever you do, when you eat with awareness. When you sing with awareness. When you speak to others, speak with awareness that you're talking to someone. If it's going to hurt, please don't speak. So Swami says about constant integrated awareness. Every moment in life, if you follow this principle of constant integrated awareness, if all these visiting cards that we have experienced in our life, Swami's miracles, if we were not vigilant enough to pick up those signals, probably we would not have had that confidence to face all the trials and tribulations that we've had in life. That's what we exactly did. So that is something which is so small things. After landing here, we get connected to, at San Jose, we had our wedding anniversary, and we went to Riddhi Siddhi temple. Walk in, we had all the deities darshan, and left side we see Baba's photo there in a Riddhi Siddhi temple, his presence. On 15th of September, Thursday, I just inquired about the nearest Sai center. We find the oldest center at San Francisco, which is just 2 blocks away from where Aditya lives, on South Van Ness Street, and we go there and participate. On 18th Sunday, we went to Fremont, and there they were so kind, such a beautiful center they had. So you just have to pick up those. We will constantly vigilant. If you have to be connected, stay connected to Sai's activities as well. So it'll be wonderful. You always live in that vibration. Yeah. So I request Prasad, please sing, please. I sincerely request you. Sai Ram. Yeah.
मथुरापुरी निलये मीनाक्षी
मथुरापुरी निलये मीनाक्षी
मथुरापुरी निलये मीनाक्षी कामकोटि निलये कामाक्षी
कामकोटि निलये कामाक्षी
कामकोटि निलये कामाक्षी
कामकोटि निलये कामाक्षी
काशीपुराधीश्वरी विश्वेश्वरी
काशीपुराधीश्वरी विश्वेश्वरी
काशीपुराधीश्वरी विश्वेश्वरी
काशीपुराधीश्वरी विश्वेश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी साईश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी सतीश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी
साईश्वरी मथुरापुरी निलये मीनाक्षी
मथुरापुरी निलये मीनाक्षी
कामकोटि निलये कामाक्षी
कामकोटि निलये कामाक्षी
काशीपुराधीश्वरी विश्वेश्वरी
काशीपुराधीश्वरी विश्वेश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी साईश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी साईश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी साईश्वरी
भक्तिपुराधीश्वरी साईश्वरी
मथुरापुरी निलये
Sai Ram, and this is again ordained by Swami, because on this occasion of Navratri, we had missed out on Devi Bhajan. And yesterday we had planned for a different bhajan and we sung this Devi Bhajan. So wonderful. We'll end up with a vibrant last bhajan and we close, and all of you can sing together. Black fight. Black fight. Yeah. No, not this. Black fight. Hari. Yeah, we close it. Hari Mana, Hari Govinda Mana, Hari Gopala Mana, Hari Narayana.
Hari Mana, Hari Govinda Mana, Hari Gopala Mana, Hari Narayana.
Hari Mana, Hari Govinda Mana, Hari Gopala Mana, Hari Narayana.
Hari Mana, Hari Govinda Mana,
Hari Gopala Mana Hari Narayana.
Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana.
Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana.
Govinda Gopala Hari Narayana.
Gopala Hari Narayana.
Hari Mana, Hari Govinda Mana, Hari Gopala Mana, Hari Narayana.
Hari Mana Hari Govinda Mana Hari Gopala Mana Hari Narayana.
Ram Mana, Raghu Ram Mana, Raja Ram Mana, Sita Ram Mana.
Ram Mana Raghu Ram Mana Sita Ram Mana Sita Ram Mana.
Ram Mana, Raghu Ram Mana, Raja Ram Mana, Sita Ram Mana.
Ram Mana Raghu Ram Mana Raja Ram Mana Sita Ram Mana.
Sham Mana, Ghan Sham Mana, Mega Sham Mana, Radha Sham Mana.
Sham Mana Ghan Sham Mana Megha Sham Mana Radhi Sham Mana.
Sham Mana, Ghan Sham Mana, Mega Sham Mana, Radha Sham Mana.
Sham Mana Ghan Sham Mana Megha Sham Mana Radhi Sham Mana.
Hari Mana, Hari Govinda Mana, Hari Gopala Mana, Hari Narayana.
Hari Mana Hari Govinda Mana Hari Gopala Mana Hari Narayana.
Isha Mana, Jagadish Mana, Paramisha Mana, Vartisha Mana.
Isha Mana Sarvesha Mana Sarvesha Mana Sai Isha
शमणा जगदीश म्हणा परमेश म्हणा परतीश म्हणा
ईश म्हणा जगदीश म्हणा परमेश म्हणा परतीश म्हणा
साई म्हणा शिर्डी साई म्हणा सत्य साई म्हणा प्रेम साई म्हणा
साई म्हणा शिर्डी साई म्हणा सत्य साई म्हणा प्रेम साई म्हणा
साई म्हणा शिर्डी साई म्हणा सत्य साई म्हणा प्रेम साई म्हणा
साई म्हणा शिर्डी साई म्हणा सत्य साई म्हणा प्रेम साई म्हणा
हरी म्हणा हरी गोविंद म्हणा हरी गोपाल म्हणा हरी नारायण
हरी म्हणा हरी गोविंद म्हणा हरी गोपाल म्हणा हरी नारायण हरी म्हणा हरी गोविंद म्हणा हरी गोपाल गोविंद म्हणा हरी गोपाल म्हणा हरी
नारायण
Om Shri Sai Ram. Thank you, Swami. Thank you so much for speaking through me. And Vidya, thank you for the wonderful elders. We seek your blessings to continue on with this journey of Sai. And love to all of you. We love this devotees so much, so much. We feel completely at home. Sai Ram.
Just Sai Ram, everyone. What a blessed day. I would like to thank Swami for making uncle and auntie an instrument to give us a beautiful experience of their lives. And we have this study circle in the past, and Swami keeps on saying, don't shake your faith. If you will have the unshaken faith, I'm always there. You just have to be aware, be in the present to see my signals and just receive those signals. And today we have seen Uncle Auntie's beautiful experiences at each moment of their lives. Swami is there. I'm mesmerized. I can say anything. Thank you so much, Uncle and Auntie. Thank you, Sandri, to bring Uncle and Auntie. And beautiful voice. What a beautiful bhajans you sang, actually. It's 1.5 hours was totally amazing. Without further ado, I will request everyone to let's do the aarti, and after that we have a potluck. We have a no, not potluck. We have a special occasion. We have Moody's birthday today as well, so we're gonna celebrate it there. So let's close it with the aarti. Sai Ram, everyone. Thank you.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्व प्राणपते स्वामी सर्व प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपदान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशयना ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल हारती अंग को मंगल हारती अंग को मंबर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांत शांत शांतिः समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु peace 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 on earth peace 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 for all the universe for all the universe paramam pavitram baba vibhutim paramam vichitram deva vibhutim परमार्थेष्टार्थमोक्ष प्रदानं baba vibhutim idamaश्रयामि baba vibhutim idamaश्रयामि sacred ash miraculous Baba's creation flowing from his blessing hands holy creation granting us the greatest wow God's divine protection beloved Baba grant us liberation beloved Baba grant us liberation Om 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 Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir Brahma